think first and foremost, I think it starts with us collectively working together. Oftentimes, we work in silos, and particularly I learned in just growing in this process, oftentimes when we get at the table, people get shy about advocating and fighting for issues that are germane, particularly to black people.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen it, and I recognize that rather than me serving the General Assembly as a state representative under the Governor Rendell and Tom Corbett, to me not only becoming the first African American to represent the 2nd Councilmanic District, succeeding a former council president, Ann Vernon, and probably have the most economically viable, I would say, Jeff, powerful district representing the Flyers, the Sixers, the Phillies, the Eagles, the Navy Yard, the airport, port. But it means nothing if we don't have an agenda trying to rise people up out of powers.
That's right.
First and foremost. But I also recognize that power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has and never will. What that means is you have to have uncomfortable conversations with the very same folks you go out and hang out with, rather be fundraisers, right? Rather be networking events, right? And sitting down and speaking truth to power as to why in the city of Philadelphia, right? And I said this during my inauguration to press, in the city of Philadelphia, household income, Pew Charitable Trust report, household income, almost every ethnic group in the city of Philadelphia has risen, except for African Americans and Latinos. In the city of Philadelphia, poverty has decreased by 23%. However, amongst African American Latinos has increased, right? That last election we had, I think it was the primary or general, but we talked about having the most turnout since 2015. However, this is an inquiry. The voter participation increased in gentrified neighborhoods, decreased in African American and Latino neighborhoods. So me, as an African American leader, I have to look myself in the mirror and say, what are we doing politically to make sure the policies that we are implementing are transformative to improving the quality of life of black and brown people here in the city of Philadelphia? And I'll say this, if you're asking yourself that question day in and day out, then I say shame on us, because listen, we got a black mayor, and a black city council president, and a black chairman of appropriations, and another black senate chairman of appropriations,
Speaker of the House,
and a black speaker of the House, and a black congressperson, and a black police commissioner, and a black Philadelphia delegation. And so we don't use this power, right, to really transform the lives of the people that we represent, primarily people that need a voice. Black and brown people, if we don't make sure that we're working collectively day in and day out and make sure they feel the change, then what's the point of us being elected to office?
Amen.
Right? Because I want to be able to look back. I want to be able to look at my sons, Isaiah Mandela and Elijah Climate, when they get older, when they say, well, you know what, Dad? The city of Philadelphia is moving in the right direction. I just want to ask you this question, right? What did you do with the power that we had? Right? And so for me, that's the state of the mind that I'm in. This young man, he comes from the same neighborhood. He didn't talk about the mobile constituent services work that he does day in and day out, where we're touching the lives of those most vulnerable who need our support. And I also remind people this, hold us accountable. Don't give us a hookup because we look like you. They be some of the worst people sometimes to say, well, I ain't got to work because of my own kind, they won't come after me. I'm just being real. If we having a real straight up conversation about political involvement, right? And making sure that at the end of the day, my mentor, Hardy Williams, is Jordan Harrison's mentor as well. This is how we both met. Named Hardy Williams, first African American to run for state representative in the city of Philadelphia. First African American to run for the mayor. He didn't win, right? It was the highest turn of African Americans in the city of Philadelphia. And this is when the time the party told you if you could run or if you couldn't, right? He taught us black independent politics. That's the school of thought that we come from. Not the traditional political apparatus that you see, but black independent politics. But what he did set the tone for, right, is becoming the chairperson of the next campaign, which was Wilson Good. Right. He became the first African mayor here in the city of Philadelphia. But we recognize this. We can't put politics, fame, likes, clicks in front of the needs of the people that put you in office. We work for you. It's not the other way around. Sometimes people get cute, they get a little government job, hold it, right? Probably most money you've ever seen, you get a government car, then you get cute all of a sudden. You got a brand new suit, a nice little dress. Listen, and I'm not explaining my for doing this. I asked you last time to continue these types of dialogue, because we gotta organize, right? And if your allies are gonna be allies, they gotta be real allies that's gonna speak truth to power, right? I'm gonna give a shout out to Jeff. Jeff runs the Philadelphia Economy, right? Runs a program called Page. We just was looking from the other day, talking about how do we make sure that when black and brown businesses want to have an opportunity to have a seat at the table, right? We talk about addressing poverty, right? It can't be the same old people at the table over and over with a good old voice network, right? When I say power conceives nothing without a demand, those conversations have to be uncomfortable. When I sit down with the chamber, like I think yesterday, having dinner with them, it was all great. We have to have uncomfortable conversations. What are you doing as a chamber of commerce here in the city of Philadelphia, right? And also members that also from the surrounding county. What are you doing from an economic development standpoint that black and brown women-owned businesses have a seat at the table? You want a tax reduction? You want a tax decrease? How are we working to make sure we're addressing poverty by making sure people have a seat at the table? So for me, it's bigger than politics. It's about us collectively working together and make sure we improve the quality of lives of the people, or most need it. And this so some people, but it's just elected official talking, right? When we talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, any development project that comes to my district, we advocate for 50% of the part of the conversation. If you come in our office and you say no black and brown people a part of this project, well, don't come back until I see you. Hey! Don't come back until I see them. Because you know why? If we don't take that type of approach, you're doing a disservice.
That's right.
And so you can't, listen, you can't be liked in this business, right, when you're advocating for those most in need, and particularly black and brown people, right? And so if you go along and get along, you'll never see transformative change for our people. It's never been that way. That's always been my approach. And so listen, I'm happy to be here. But listen, I want to continue doing these type of forums, because listen, right? It's a bunch of young people out there that need us, y'all. There's families out there that need us. And sometimes when we get these types of positions, we forget, especially everybody in this middle class. You forget, right? I still go to Poppy store. I see the access card, right? And I see the trauma that our young people are dealing with when they see murders in the street day in and day out. Yes. How many people inside this room, and then we get mucky, cute, become business owners, right? How many of y'all pull a young person to the side and you see them go up past the corner? Or that young girl, right? They do they carry guns too. They will set you up in a heartbeat. Right? And so we gotta get back to the road, right? Loving people. It sounds kind of cliche-ish, right? But you know, it sounds cute. But here's the thing, right? When you love your people, right? When you love your people, right? You don't have a problem with them getting on your nerves, because you're still fighting for them. And so the reason why I never had a problem in any of my elections, and Jordan said I always had a millionaire running against me for the land in South Philly. Always, right? And you know I always win? Because my folks, they know I love them. I go hard for them, right? And they know it. But collectively, these representatives that are up here, I know for a fact, right, work with a system, passion and commitment. We ain't about likes and clicks. Like we do the social media thing. But at the end of the day, him and I, we on the phone in the middle of the night. He called me today. What groups can we support? Got their money in the Harrisburg. Who can I get some? He called. Listen. Let me say, well, stop playing my Muslim brothers there. Well, listen. He called me this morning and said, Kenyatta, I need some organizations to support this. So listen. I'm very passionate about this issue. I love working with everybody. But in terms of politics, right, as long as we strategize, organize, and work together, and I'm very excited about electing the first Black woman president of these United States. We have to speak that. I'm gonna wrap up on this. We have to speak into existence. We have to speak into existence. I remember that Obama was going to I ain't gonna tell you who ain't support Obama in the city of Philadelphia. I don't say names. But I know who we supported in South Philly. Obama. Right? The traditional establishment, black and white Democrats, they did not support him. His name was Obama, like Kenyatta, from the African names, right? My man real, right? We have to take that same type of passion. The way this guy disrespecting this woman, the way he disrespecting her, right? If we can't protect her, and she's black, AKA from the house. We can't protect her. Vice President gonna run up on her at a tarmac in the airport. Right. Well, that's not much. I said, hold up. You know what I tweeted? Yeah. That was a brother who done that. Look, we have a real conversation. But the reality is, the level of disrespect, right? Not looking at the sister as she's human, not looking at her as she's intelligent. That's just not an assault on her. That's an assault on us. Right? So we can't sit back. We cannot listen. We cannot sit back and let this go down the way it's going down. The only reason why we're saying the thing we're saying right now, affirmative action being rolled back.
Yeah, that's right.
That was all because of Obama. And so some folks said, we can never let this happen again. All this make America great again and so forth. That's all about those who were once slaves or now kings. We can't have that. And so I'll wrap up with that. Patterson. Whatever I can do to support of everybody, let me